Arik, and we're going to be doing your balancing now with the grief. I think this is my first balancing with you, and this is my assistant Philip, and we're going to be doing the long distance surrogate healing, okay? So I'm 100%. Okay, so now we're in. So now everything that's coming up is actually for you. All right. So the first thing I do in a session, because this is our first session, like we did pepper, mint, and now we're going to do you, and I want to seal your Chiron point. And your Chiron point is a point on your body where the healing energy, like any kind of good healing energy, it leaks out, it comes out, okay? And once we seal this point, then it stays in, and all kinds of modalities and anything that you do to take care of yourself can actually work better, okay? So I'm going to find this point on you. In your birth chart, which I have here, you have actually Chiron and Pisces. So Pisces rules over the feet. In the tarot, Pisces is connected to the moon archetype. So let's just check. Health is good?
Health is good.
Uh-huh. Okay. Health is good?
Health is good.
Okay, good. So you do have an alignment with health, like it's somehow like sealed, but I just want to find the point just to really be on the safe side. So I'm just going to scan over the body. It seems that you are pretty healthy, but because I think also like you're working in the health industry. Okay, so Pisces on the feet. Okay, it's somewhere down here. Okay, so it's like your Chiron point is on the sole of your foot, on your left foot, right down here. So let's just say health is good.
Health is good.
Okay, and that makes the Chiron go weak. So what we can do is we can try using an essential oil. I have a Pisces essential oil right here. Can I put it on your sock?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, and then you just put the oil on it, and then you say, health is good. Health is good, health is good, health is good. And you can do this every day. This should work. Okay, health is good.
Health is good.
Look at that. Perfect. So now the Chiron point is sealed. So this doesn't ever change. This stays with you for your entire life. Okay? So we did that. Okay, now we can get into the balancing. Anything else we need to do? No. You know what? I want to change my microphone settings really quick because I'm afraid this is going to die. So hold on. Yeah. Testing, testing. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna clear out some survival patterns. Okay, so that one's okay. Oh, actually, because we're doing in relation to peppermint. So hold on. So the energy's flowing. I have to take this off. This is too hot. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, in relation to peppermint's death. Okay, yeah. Okay, so like there's some hidden survival stuff going on. Like the email you sent me was actually really beautiful about your process with Pepper's death. I think this is really beautiful. Let me just grab it right, by the way, because he was ready to go. Yeah. So what I really like about this so much is that, you know, we can really help you to accept that on deeper layers. So consciously you feel good about it, subconsciously you're okay, but like it's very hidden, deep patterns like in your connection to Pepper that's still kind of holding on. And that of course makes sense because I mean he was a very special part of your life. So do we need more information? Okay. Okay, we need some more information. Interesting. Okay, so in your birth chart you have 1, 2, okay, so you're a Capricorn, you have Venus in Capricorn, you have Mars in Capricorn, I'm looking at your chart over here, and you have Saturn in Aquarius. So like, and this is all in the 6th house, which is the house of pets. So pets are very near and dear to you, like they are like a very important part of your life, a very important part of your journey here on Earth. Now, Saturn and Pluto, which is the Judgment archetype and the World archetype, they are transiting, we call transiting your 6th house, which is all about, you know, again, like bringing change and lessons to be learned about pets and service and work and, you know, even health. But because we're working with Pepper, I think it's really mostly about like the dog, at least in this, what we're doing here in this healing session. So there's a lot going on there, and with that we have enough information. So I just, you know, the way I work is like, when I'm doing a healing session, it's like your energy, it's like I have a pot, it's like cooking, you know, like I have a pot and then I just put energy, like information into that, and then I balance all that out, okay? So let's see what we can do. We ready to balance this? Yeah, okay, so what are we doing? Aspect healing, transit healing. Okay, we're going to be doing what's called a transit healing. So I'm going to help kind of like balance the transits that are going on between the outer planets and your natal, like the transiting planets and the natal planets. Okay, so what are we working with? Pluto. Okay, we're working with Pluto, which is an orbital vortex, and then we're going to be working with Saturn, Sun. Okay, the Sun. So we're going to be working with your solar plexus vortex and your Pluto vortex. Okay, so they are pretty much in conjunction. So I'm just going to energetically help that. And you know what, actually it's very interesting because the solar plexus, the sun vortex, is connected to our attachments. So it's one thing to love somebody or something, like, you know, from the Jupiter vortex, like the heart vortex, but attachments are here. I know I had a client once who, when their dog died, they felt like a certain, this person, very psychic person, but like very skeptical about it, like no idea, but then they said to me, it's like, Arik, you know, I really feel like this energy here. And I was like, yeah, of course, it's the attachment part, because it's one thing to, again, it's one thing to love someone like from here, or to have like empathy and sympathy, but then the attachment from here, like that energy of being attached, this needs to be released. And that's a lot of times where the pain, well, almost all the time where the pain is coming from, because, you know, the heart can't really, like, when you love, you don't have the pain because it's unconditioned, but the attachment part, that can be intense. So with Pluto transiting there, I'm just kind of helping to balance these two archetypes. Makes sense, huh? Yeah, Philip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you want to do that. Good. Okay, so that's good. Anything else? Okay, yeah, so what do we need to do now? Saturn. Okay, Saturn. Okay, Saturn and Venus now want to be balanced as well. They are also like pretty much in the same quadrant. So Saturn is the root vortex and Venus is the throat. So I'm just gonna connect these as well. And I know that, I mean, I just know that also because you're a Capricorn and you have all these planets in Capricorn, and, you know, from some of the conversations we had, so where's your moon? Moon in Gemini, okay, so like, and you have all this Pisces energy as well. Like, I know you're a very psychic person, but with the Capricorn, it's like, you need to see it to believe it. Like, there's just no way that, you know, it's going to make sense to you unless you see it. So, okay, I can feel the energy shifting and my ears ringing. Intense. Okay, so let's see now. Okay. Who got stuck? Someone got stuck. And together? Aha, so by themselves they're okay, but together they still need work. So maybe they need a different kind of balancing. Okay, so what do we need here? Okay, so we're gonna work with we're gonna do tuning forks with Saturn, Venus, okay. Venus and Saturn. So, Venus and Saturn are ruled by the Empress and the world, and they actually have a connection already. So we're putting the, yeah. So I'm going to put Venus here and Saturn just down here, okay? And okay, and then we need a question from the Empress to work with this. So, so you're familiar with the archetype questions, I believe, and so I just like kind of like test up and see which question that you need to put into this balancing. So obviously, you know, these questions have been developed by the High Priestess herself. So let's see which question we're working with for you. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So are we ready to? Are we ready? Okay. Is this sound like in the space or vibration? Space. Okay, it's a space sound. Okay. How does my cold heart influence my imagination? What feelings do I experience with this realization? Very interesting, especially with the energy. It's like shifting the paper. It's very interesting how this question is coming up with this balancing, because like Capricorn is traditionally an archetype of being cold and being cold-hearted, like just, you know, completely just like needing its wall, so to speak. Because if you think about Saturn, which is the ruler of the world archetype, which is the ruler of Capricorn, it's about these walls, you know, and these boundaries and whatnot, which is really good. But then as it's coming up with the Empress, which I find extremely interesting because these are Empress questions. How does my cold heart, okay, influence my imagination, right? How does my cold heart influence my imagination? Meaning, how does it like get the best of you, if you know what I mean, you know? So we're just, and Saturn is transiting over Venus, and Venus has very strong imagination. I mean, like, really strong. What feelings do I experience with this realization? Okay, you're gonna feel this fill up. Lots of throat vortex stuff going on. So you can, as always, the questions, you know, create the vessel for the answer to come. Okay? Good. Okay. Beautiful. Sorry. Oh yeah, I can feel release. So, are we working still with this chart? Nope. Okay, good. That's all good. So we kind of pacified the transits that are going on now. Where are we going? Let me just check if that brought up some. It resolved it. Yay, progress. I love it. All right, so. All right, so what are we doing next? Do we need to clear out any? Okay, so next we're, okay, because you're a Capricorn, you respond really well to, again, like physical things. So we're going to be working with a stone. Okay, so what's coming up, what needs to be put on the table is obsidian. And actually, this just came into my reality at my retreat. A very dear student of mine gave me this very precious obsidian that has polarization. It has like gold polarization on both sides. So I'm just gonna place that here. Is that where it needs to go? Yeah, okay. So let's see, anything else? No. All right. So, arms up, and hold. Okay, good. Alright. Okay. So, in relation to pepper, great. Okay, that's good. Okay, good. So, we actually processed out the grief that's going on with pepper. So I can just go into some other things and see what's going on. All right. Okay, something structural is going on with you. Let me see. Like, or physical at least. So your digestion. It's connected. Okay, so like grief can take like the kind of like the most important part of the grief has been taken care of, but now like it seems like maybe there's some digestion issues going on, so let's just see what's going on with that. So if I can just get you to bring your arm like this, I'm just going to check the stomach. Okay, hold. Oh no, okay, like this. Yeah, just hold it up like this and don't let me push down. Okay, good. Other arm. Ooh, okay, other arm. Okay, hold. Good. Okay, bring the leg up like this. Twist the ankle in. Okay, I'm pushing down. Okay, other leg. Twist in like this. Okay, hold. That's okay. It's okay. If you can't bring it up, then there's a lot of stress. So this is actually this is the large intestine that's connected to Scorpio, and we are actually going into Scorpio today. So in relation to Scorpio energy, and whoa, down we go. And so you have Neptune in Scorpio, and it's on your 4th house. So we're getting into some family stuff, which is connected to this, also more or less to digestion, although the stomach was okay, but the Scorpio transformation. So it's just that transformation process that's coming up next. So we're working with, do we put the tarot on the body? Yeah, okay. So Scorpio is ruled by death. Interesting. Because that's what you're going through now. Like, not you, Glenna, but, like, death is a good thing because, you need it, like, to make room for new, like, just the energy. You don't want it to be destructive, you want it to be, like, a part of life, So, question, tuning fork, essence, okay, so more Pluto energy. So, okay, death questions coming up. Actually, I think this is really interesting because now that we've worked with the Empress, the Empress is the 3 and the death is the 13, right? And that's the 3 is inside there. So let's see here what we can do about that. More tarot questions. So this is death, and yes, this is more tarot. Okay, the question that's coming up is what keeps me from completing things. Okay? So what's open-ended? And this is connected again to the digestion. Like the digestion is, of course, like it's completing that process of, eliminating the food and just, it's okay? Should I?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay?
Take it off. Mm-hmm.
Okay, just a second. It's completing the food, it just did it itself. It's that process of completion anyhow. Also, Scorpio is a water sign. Are you drinking enough water? The internal energy of Scorpio is fire, so it really goes through the water really quickly. No, you're dehydrated. So, dehydration can play a huge role in digestion issues, okay? And you need some vitamin, like some nutrition, just scanning. Let's see. Okay, so what came up is a vitamin that I have called pituitary. So this is actually, it helps balance the hormones in the body. Okay? And it just does many other things. It also is activating the moon vortex, the third eye, if you will. So you can take 3 of those a day if you want. Okay, I'm just going to put that there with the obsidian. So the pituitary gland is like the CEO of the body. It regulates many of the other functions. You have to think of it like the higher the organ or the gland, the more power it has over the rest of the body. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and now the kidney chi, which is of course connected to the archetype before death. Just need to balance that out really quick. So I put death over the navel to ground it. Very good. Very good. Okay, so there's like a little bit of an energetic allergy, which I'm going to correct now, like just on these deeper layers. So like with vitamins and nutrition, for example, like as a naturopath, it's one thing to just like script out vitamins or whatnot, like, okay, so whatever, they may or may not work. I mean, even if you pee them out, it's still helping a little bit, but if you can program the body to really utilize it, like on these deeper layers, it's really phenomenal. Like, okay, so I have this one client, she's a Libra, and I mean, vitamins never come up for her, also because her body just doesn't want those vitamins. I mean, she just does not like taking vitamins. She's very old school. She just, believes in the food. And, the thing is that the earth doesn't give us the nutrition that we need anymore because, let's face it, we've done quite a number on it. However, I also do believe the earth, heals itself and whatnot, but that's a whole nother conversation. Okay, so anyhow, with the vitamins, vitamin came up for her, and it threw the whole entire system into stress. Okay, sorry. So I didn't tell her that the vitamin came up, in the... but her body knew it because, the body doesn't lie, as we know, right? So anyhow, I think I spent like a good part of the balancing working on these patterns with taking supplements, right? So anyhow, then at the end I told her, okay, so you need to take these, and she was already like way more open to it, and it was amazing. And then she took it, and it worked amazing. And also because of the balancing that we worked on, that she didn't need as much as you would do it without programming the body. So like when you program the body, then you need less, right? So anyhow, she did it. It worked really powerfully on her, and she's not fighting it. And this is the thing, like if your body doesn't want to do things that's coming up, then there are like these patterns, like these, we can call it sabotage, or you can just call it resistance, like that needs to be worked out, So obviously, like what's called in the clear, it's good that you take the vitamin, but then when I put it into like the other things that are going on, it's like, oh, I don't want to take this. And that's like what many times people say, oh, I know these vitamins are good for me, but I don't want to take it. Or like with the Chiron point, for example. This really helps the body to align with, health. So it's like, I want to do things that are good for me. So maybe this helped. Good. Beautiful. Yep. Good, so you can take now you're at 2. So just take 2 of these pituitary, I'm going to leave it there. And then without that, somehow need the pituitary with this because it's going to help balance it out. Like, then with it, and then without it, I think it's, oh yeah. Yeah, so you really need that pituitary to help balance out this death archetype. Okay, so that's that. And I can check and see how many bottles you'll need, like 2 bottles. So 2 a day, 2 bottles, and then we can check after that. Yep, okay, so. Very cool. So we're done with this. Okay, so information. Just issues. Okay. Okay. But with the other stuff in circuit, hold. Okay, hold. Okay. Okay. Health is good?
Health is good.
Just checking, because sometimes I can go into. Okay. Okay. Hold. Okay, that's also good. Like your celestial circuit. Okay, let's see, where are we going next? Okay, some emotional stuff is coming up. Okay, I'm going to use my element emotional chart as per the dash system. Okay, air is coming up. It's connected to your moon. Yeah, moon in Gemini. Okay, so shame, the emotion of shame. Need more information? Working with the lovers? No? Okay. So Gemini is they teach us that we all have like our individual expression of the unified body. So I have Gemini essential oil spray, and that wants it. So I'm just gonna spray you with that. Can you feel the heat?
Mm-hmm.
It's intense, huh? Okay. I'm gonna spray in the outer aura also. Put that there. Okay, more information still. So what's going on with Gemini in your chart? Okay, so not the lovers, but with Gemini. So it's like we don't work with the archetype, we work with the sign, because it rules over. Yeah, I can feel pain here, like somehow shame. Yeah, okay. So 13 degrees Gemini, 9 of swords. Okay. Okay, also because, again, like I said, you are a very psychic person. Your dreams are kind of, guiding the way for whatever this shame is about. So you know what your dreams have been. And, like, if you've had some recurring dreams or some dreams going on, like, you can work on that. I cannot really access into that, but it's, what it is, like what the step is, what it is that you're supposed to do. Okay, so, and I can balance it out a little bit. Are we working with the crystal? No, tuning fork. Okay, so we're gonna do some more tuning forks. Okay, but with the air element, working with the air element, air planets, any other element? Air only? Okay. So, Mercury, Uranus, Venus. Like the Libra side of Venus. Okay. Okay, so the air side of Mercury is Gemini and Libra. So who's first? Okay, Gemini, Libra. Okay. Gemini, Libra. So that's lung and kidney. Okay, so here's this. Lung, kidney. Okay, so intense desire and unsettled. Intense desire and unsettled. This is connected to the shame. Okay? Okay, so this is a Bach flower. Oder Bachblüten.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is coming up as larch. Okay, hold on. 5 drops, okay. Open wide. Okay? It's okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think If I missed. Okay. Good. Good. Just put it there. Okay. Interesting. So also depression's coming up, and I totally felt that, but I never, do anything unless I can verify it. So, but you're ready to transcend it. So let's see, what are we doing here? Spatial, vibrational. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transcend my depression into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively learn from each experience and act with confidence using my inner direction. Hold. Good. So we're just about finished. Okay, in relation to the air element, hold. Hold. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today. Okay. Hold. Okay. So I'm just going to program this balancing. So I will program a crystal also. I will put the whole entire healing energy into that crystal, and then I will mail it to you. You can have your next appointment in a month and a half at the earliest. And then if you have any questions about this, let me know. Health is good.
Health is good.
Yeah, about your current point and whatnot. I thank you very much for your trust. I wish you a really good next step on your journey, and like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'm here to help. Alright, so I'll see you next time. Alright, bye bye.